crazy mother.
What it do, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Sherrod Corner. You are now rocking with the mobile version of the Soul Vision Powercast. You know, that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about the things you might have heard or even saw. Today, I want to talk about, I saw a video with Shaquille O'Neal, and I forgot the young lady's name. I think she's like a dating coach or something. I don't know. I really don't know what her. She just has a lot of videos speaking about relationships. And she asked Shaquille O'Neal how did he feel about hearing his wife saying that she didn't really love him. You know, how did that make him feel? And then in Shaquille fashion, the women ate this part up. Shaquille says, at the time, I wouldn't have loved me either. Now, you can feel how you want to feel about it. But if you look a little deeper into that answer or the statement that his wife made about not loving him, if you look into it a little deeper, you would see that she was just in it all alone because of your potential. She never loved you enough really to love you for who you are. She just loved you for who she thought you was going to be, and she hit the lottery, right? She had kids with you. All these years, she made you think that she loved you. Yeah, I know you cheated. You did some wild stuff or whatever. But before the marriage, before the kids, you were who you were. You were the person that you were going to be. As far as you being unfaithful, you being unloyal. I mean, you not loyal. You've been a star on every level, high school, college, or whatever. So she knew what she was getting into. She knew exactly what she was getting into. But she also knew she wanted that bread. She wanted that money. Right? And she secured it. One, staying married to you long enough. Two, the children. This is just a lesson to men that women don't have to love you, bruh, to be with you. And most women don't love you. I don't think most women have the ability to love. They just have the ability to use the perception or the illusion of love to manipulate men into doing their bidding, doing what they need done. That's why I say men must love with logic. You can't love emotionally because that's a woman's superpower. She's able to manipulate emotions. And if she can do that, then why do you think so many men are in prison or in the morgue? You got some woman that got emotional, came home, this man did this, this man did that, this man said this. Next thing you know, dude gets out, boom, bam. The Michigan State basketball star, look what happened to him. Emotions, so men have to start putting themselves first. Your mental health, your physical health, your financial health. You gotta start putting yourself first, because if you don't, she'll never respect you. I've heard too many women say they didn't date a guy because they knew they could run him over. Say, yeah, I can do whatever I want, get away with it, and he can't handle me. Now, see, to me, that sounds childish. Very childish. If you knew this man would give you any and everything you asked for, or would love you the way that you would want to be loved, then why would you even do that to him? We have too many men out here pushing this propaganda about, or the agenda of trying to get men to become these robots for women. We get up, we work, we got to make sure she's good. No, bro. Your biggest thing is, it's not, a man's mission is not to find a wife so that you can treat her this kind of way, make her life better. No, a man is supposed to find a wife that fits into his lifestyle. If you are a homebody, why would you pick somebody that party all night long? You know what I'm saying? Why? Why would you pick somebody that's the total opposite of you? A man's job when it comes to finding a woman to create a family with is to find a woman that will align with his agenda, his purpose. Serious business. You know, too often we're trying to convert people over. Women do it too. You know, women are always trying to get the bad boy to love her like the good guy would. Instead of just going and finding that person that's going to be who you are, who you want them to be, or who they need to be in order to be with you. So I don't get this, you know, trying to convince people to like you by, I'm a buy her this. She don't like you, bro. If you got to do all that to get her attention, she's not into you. Then you try to convert them over. So you're trying to convert a woman over that has a set preference of who she wants. You're trying to get her to convert that thinking over into saying, oh man, well, you know what? I can give him a chance. You know, I'm trying to convert her from being this party animal to a wife at home. And when it doesn't work, you're like, oh man, I don't know what happened, bruh. She wasn't wife material from the beginning. And that's what a lot of men are failing to see, is that you're picking women based on, ooh, she's so fine. Bruh, a lot of this stuff is just illusions. You know, y'all looking at these women with all this weave, this makeup, these lashes, these eyebrows, there's all this makeup on their face. That's just a physical illusion. The other illusion is her using her femininity, her using her power of emotional manipulation. Y'all not thinking for yourselves, man. And fellas, learn this word, detachment. Too many of you all are too emotionally attached to women that don't feel that way about you. Too emotionally attached. You have to learn to detach. And ladies, this is for you too. You want a man that can emotionally detach to you when you say, hey, I want to go my own separate way. And he says, peace. You want that. But I see a lot of y'all like drama in your lives. You want to be able to brag about how a dude stalked you, and you want to be the victim. Y'all love to be the victim. But fellas, bro, you got to put yourself, you have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself first. Y'all got to stop putting the weight of the world on your shoulders, you know, by yourself. When you get a woman, you get a wife, a girlfriend, or whoever it is you're going to call yourself being with, and whatever y'all titles may be towards one another, that woman is supposed to come into your life and help you. You're supposed to pick a woman that's coming into your life to help you. Y'all better stop listening to these online dudes out here, man. You know, getting all this money from these females, just sucking them dry, and then giving their wives the lives they're selling to these other women as fantasy. They're selling their reality to these women. These women eating it up. We need more men like you. Well, if there was more men like that, then, you know, snake oil salesman occupation it would be at an all-time high, because that's what these guys are. They're just slick talkers, man. They tell women what they want to hear. They connect with them emotionally instead of logically. So that's why these women are always, you know, listening to these dudes all day long. But fellas, what I'm trying to tell you is, you have to find out who you are. That's your main purpose in life, is finding out who you are. That's one of them anyway. One of your main purposes is finding out who you are. Next purpose is taking that and building upon it to become the best version of yourself. You have to be able to take care of yourself in order for you to take care of the family. And please don't get caught up with, you got to be a millionaire, you got to be this, you got to be that. No, what you got to do is be true to yourself. When you go, like, you know, a lot of women will try to tell you, oh, she make this amount of money, she out your league. It's not a such thing as anybody being out your league. There's nobody too good for you in that sense. You know, in that sense. So don't ever think that, oh, most of these women got just a bunch of makeup on their faces. That when they get out here, they drink just like the hood rats. They get loud just like the hood rats. They have one night stands just like the hood rats. Matter of fact, a lot of them are just hood rats that was able to secure some money from a drug dealer to enhance their lifestyle through education or through a business. That's how most of them got on. And we know that. We from the hood. We know that. So fellas, just all I'm saying, man, is put yourself first, man. Put yourself first and pick a woman that fits into your lifestyle. If you're a camper, don't get a woman that want to live the high life. You know, a city life. Don't want to get her hands dirty. Get yourself a woman that likes camping too. Be able to connect on different levels, more than just sexually, more than just, oh, she's eye candy. You want to be able to connect emotionally and spiritually to a woman. Then you want to be able to have these things to talk about. You know, there's always going to be some differences and whatnot, but you want to be able to connect to a woman, man, and just have a bond. So, brother, it's 2025. We're going to rise and fly, man. We are truly going to rise and fly. Peace.